problems?
No, he's there.
Is he?
Well, he went out, yeah.
Okay, well, he's not there now. So, okay, so it's Dennis running.
Yes.
The man at the front. And, okay, this is more like 10-pin bowling. They're dropping like 9 pins.
So, well, it's actually 6-pin, isn't it?
Okay, and they are underway, and it is Dennis running, takes the lead as they head down into turn 1, draws across the bow of Grant Hanna, and Grant pulls out of that one fairly quickly, and doesn't want to scratch that new paint. Now I'll look at Andy Greenslade now, having a look down the inside. Big dive under brakes. And I'll tell you what, Andy is brave, isn't he? Down under brakes, up onto the ripple strip he goes. Manages to take second place away. Already Alistair Wooten has picked up a couple of spots as they come past, heading down towards the higher pool hairpin. Greenslade's all over the back of running, and now Wooten's right on the back of Greenslade. Rob Bergeron's just sitting back in the pack there. I think he's just waiting for straights because he's got lots more horsepower, I think, than a couple of those guys in front of him. So out they come. Greenslade's already taken the lead. Didn't even see that pass. Must have been a drag up the hill. So as they head off now down towards the Dale ITM sweeper, it is Andy Greenslade in the Jaguar, and now Alistair Wooten takes second place away from Dennis running. Dennis just didn't even bother with that one. He just left the door open and let him go. So now the question is going to be, what's going to happen in front? Now, Greenslade is quick. Wooten has showed that he certainly doesn't want to take any prisoners when he wants to make a pass. But I've got a funny feeling Andy might be a little bit resistant to him having a crack. What do you reckon?
We've no doubt about that, and I think we need to watch Bergeron. He'll be coming through soon. He's come up to fourth now.
Yep. So, through the... I think Rob, though, is a little bit precious about Violet, and he certainly doesn't want her especially after a damn near $300,000 rebuild. He certainly won't want to. And has Greenslade left the door open for him? He has too. That was a bit. So, but can Wooten get the pass done now as they drop down into the Porsche Dipper? Now, tell you what, that Ford has got some wick, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
So out of there they come now. Can Greenslade hold off Wooten now? He's going to drive it down the middle of the road. If he sits out there, Wooten's going to take a dive. Here he comes, and no, he thinks better of it. I tell you what, Greenslade's quick. That Jag has got some pace in a straight line.
Very fast car.
So it's normally we think the old bow tie is the one that's got the horsepower, but in this case, I think it's the Henry. As they come across the start-finish stripe to put up 2 laps. Alistair Wooten, fastest lap on the... No, it's not Robert Bergeron, quickest man on that first flying lap with 106.32265 as they come down here now. Greenslade goes tight. Wooten down the inside. Is he going to have a look? Yeah, he's got it up the inside. And
in a switch.
Big dive there. Greenslade tries to come back for the up and over, but that doesn't quite work. And I've got a funny feeling now that that's the fat lady. As they come through the bottom corner, up the hill they come now. Wooten has got the nose in front, but is the big Jag going to come back at him? But look in the rear vision mirror, Andy, you've got a whole heap of Viper coming at you. It is the big Dodge Viper of Rob Bergeron now sitting in the rear vision mirror of Andy Greenslade as they come up the hill here. And a good pass at the back here. Roger Forbett on Grant Hanna down into turn 10. The Penrite Commodore. Penrite Commodore Camaro. And across the start-finish stripe, Wooten goes. Greenslade follows. Bergeron right in behind him. And there's a good scrap here right at the back for the minor money. And now Bergeron right on the inside of Greenslade as he comes down the straightaway towards... He's being just a little bit... He's only done the one race so far this year. As I said, the car's been under rebuild for quite some time after the accident at the end of last season. And this is only his second race. Well, obviously, the first one was yesterday. So he'll be dialing himself back into the big Viper, Bob.
Yes, no, he's driving well. He's getting more comfortable in the car. He hasn't had it that long. So, no, he'll get Andy, and I think he'll give Wooten a bit of a hurry up too, just quietly.
And, Grant Hanna stopped. And where's that? That looks like climb up the hill. Oh, no, Grant Hanna, he's hit the wall. So he's got his nose against the wall. I wonder what happened there. And I might get a replay off of our camera people if we're lucky. And, what's going on down the bottom of the track here? There's a bit of a dice going on here. And look at this. This is a scrap between Running and Forbett. And Running's Forbett got past. Now we've got a yellow flag safety car. That's quite understandable, given where Grant Hanna's parked. And it's not looking good for you, Bob.
It is not, no. But they'll be closing up, so the finishing few laps will be quite interesting.
Yes, certainly will. And so we've got 5 cars left running at the moment. So we've got Alistair Wooten, Andy Greenslade, and Rob Bergeron from Dennis Running and Roger Forbett in that order. Grant Hanna's out against the wall now. Wayne Condor didn't start, nor did actually Wayne Condor. It was Wayne Condor was in the pits with jammed brakes. That's who it was.
I got a replay. What happened?
Okay, we've got just getting a replay coming through any minute now, so I'll be able to tell you what happened. Grant Hanna's got it going. So he's made a dive down the inside of Roger Forbett and just goes to power it up and overpowers it, gets the tail out and goes to correct it. Can't quite happen and just rubs the wall. He doesn't hit it that hard, so I think that might be just superficial damage. So good effort there from our people in the production unit to give us that big replay on TV. So and looking at the car as he comes through turn through the the Porsche Dipper there, it's the bodywork's rubbing on the ground, but it doesn't look like there could be too much damage.
No, just superficial. Just superficial, I think. Yeah, I think he just got the power on a wee bit early and away she went.
Yeah, so, but of course, unfortunately, by this stage, we've already called the safety car and called the rescue crew, and they're already out on the track racing to get to the scene, whereas, yeah, that's superficial damage on the front there. We see him driving around the track. Yeah, as he comes up the hill, you people standing on the top of the hill will be able to have a look at it as he comes into pit lane. And that'll upset Grant. And being a panel beater and painter, he likes his car to look pretty
He did right, he does.
clean, doesn't he?
It's a pretty car too, yeah.
So, yeah, but of course, last season Grant campaigned a Class 2 car, which is was basically a genuine Corvette that's been modified for racing, whereas these things are basically a space frame chassis. All the same chassis, effectively.
Pretty much they are, yes, yes.
Same design.
Yep.
Riley and Scott built a lot of these back in the day. And then there was quite a few built here in New Zealand too.
There were, and I like to get them all out of the garages, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, you need to go around the country door knocking. But there's how many of these are in the country? Do you reckon?
26.
26 of them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of them running in the GTR and Z class, which is a good class.
That's right.
But these things are evenly matched, and the racing is probably a little bit closer. And so these would be the probably the closest thing to the fastest tin tops we've got in the country at the moment.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
5-glass tops and tin tops. Or as you put it, Formula 5000s with clothes on.
That's it.
So here we go again. They're just about underway. No safety car still out there. As Racing Ray pulled away, let's have a look. Yes, he has. So as they come up the hill, doesn't look like Bergeron or Greenslade are that worried about trying to get close. Here they go. And I tell you what, having said that about Greenslade, look at him straight down the inside, looks up the inside there. Wooten sees it coming, slams the door in his face. Into turn 1 they go. And it is Greenslade from, Wooten from Greenslade, and then right in behind him, it's Bergeron running, and Forbett rounds out the field at this point in time. Through the up and over they go, heading down towards the higher pool hairpin. And it is an 8-lap race, this one, so they're currently into
2 to go.
2 laps left to run. Oh, look at this, Bergeron down the inside of Greenslade here, having a look at him at the Porsche Dipper. But don't think anything's going to come out of that. And he's probably going to lose ground now because he would have been slow off that corner, because Greenslade would have got a much better exit out of there as they come off that corner and they head round towards the Dahl ITM sweeper. Now powering up the hill here. It is Andy Wooten making every post a winning post at this point in time. Greenslade in behind him in the Greenslade Furniture Jaguar XK8. Across the line they come, and it is the Viper through 3rd position. Then the Diff Specs Chevy Corvette follows them through from the Penrite Holden Commodore. Why do I keep calling it a Holden Commodore? Chevy Camaro. So it's down into the through the up and over they go, and it's the Wooten's chicks I think that's the name on the side of it, isn't it? Yeah, it is Wooten's Chicks, which is, I'm guessing, something to do with one of his gymnasiums that he owns.
Could well be, yes. Yeah, it might be a ladies only one.
It could very well be.
We could go and check it out, perhaps.
Yeah, so or either that or he's opened a chicken farm, one of the two. And then the Green Slates Furniture Jaguar XK8 follows him through the Porsche Dipper. And we go back to Violet, that gorgeous Dodge Viper, the only one ever built, and actually holds the outright lap record around Pukekohe Racetrack.
That's right.
Racetrack. I think has it been broken? No, it hasn't yet.
Oh, yeah, I think Glenn Smith might have broken it.
No, don't think they've run that on the old configuration track. That car set the lap record on the old what I call the proper configuration.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So
yep. And I think he was dicing with the Jag at the time, wasn't he?
He was. It was that Jag actually. So those two cars and that. And whilst we were doing all that, we lost the fact that they actually crossed the finish line for a finish. So it's.
Wooten, Greenslade and Bergwin. That's what we expected.
Yep. So there we go. So Alistair Wooten took it out. Andy Greenslade comes through in second position. Rob Berger in third. From Grant Hanna in from Roger Forbett in fourth, and Dennis running in fifth.